Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Chuck and Lisa Show. I am Chuck, and this is my beautiful bride across from me, Lisa. Everybody say hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
And that is my vaunted co host, producer, and buddy, Dersh, in the background. Look at that pretty face, Lisa.
Where?
Yours.
Oh,
Looks like we got really good lighting tonight, too. I don't see anything disappearing too much.
no?
Nice work, Mr. Dersh.
Shut your mouth, Chuck.
It can happen any moment.
Nah.
Yep. Welcome to the show, y'all. Real quick, let me tell you where you can find us online because there's been some changes.
You're assuming people want to find us.
That's a big assumption.
No, find me.
Is it up?
Yep.
All right. So what's changed?
That's what she said.
Is take out Codius because that's no longer there. I like the folks there, but there weren't anybody there, and for 3 days I had no notifications. So I posted like 200 posts. That's not a good rate of return.
Nah.
You know?
Yep.
Codius.
So
It always sounds like a bunch
away
of
it goes.
bears should live there.
Codius bears.
Kodiak
they
bears.
Yeah, of course they would. But where you can find me is I'm at Chuck Nellis on Parlor, Gab, MeWe, Clout Hub, Wego, USA.Life, Truth Social. That is finally on the desktop version, so I'm active full time there now. And I'm real
Say
Chuck
that like
Nellis
that's something
on
to
Getter.
be proud of.
Dun, dun, dun. And I'm Chuck.Nellis.7 on Facebook. You don't really like any of the sites I'm on, so there's that.
Truth Social.
Anyway, and Ms. Lisa, where can we find you in the world?
I'm on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. I'm just
that's
kidding.
pretty much
I
the only
mostly
place
do
you
a
talk
lot
to
of
people.
Twitter NASCAR. It's kind of fun. And like Orange Cone, just like some things that I said today.
Yeah,
And Facebook, but I'm not gonna add new friends on Facebook that I don't know.
you would be better off doing the whole NASCAR route because you're getting quite good traction there.
Yeah, so hey, NASCAR, hire me. But anyway, Twitter, yeah, Louise on Twitter. I'll friend you there, or follow you or whatever. Unless you start talking about some really ridiculous Q-related stuff, you know. Then nope, then you get blocked.
Anyway, Mr. Dershey, so where can we find you, Bromeister?
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Eeyore's in the house.
Nobody cares. Well, actually, one person does because they sent me a note said that they cared. But that's
Aw.
it. Just one.
See?
Well,
There
we
you
know.
go.
We already know we do. So do we have to send you a note?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't count.
We don't. Thanks
No.
a lot.
Thanks.
You don't count.
Thanks.
You have to like
You
me.
know,
I'm making you.
you know I love you. I gave you a big hug around the neck more than once.
Amen to that, brother.
That was a good day.
It was a great day.
Yeah. Anyway, so Dersh is mostly on, I'll just say it because he won't. Dersh is mostly on Gab, occasionally on Clout Hub. Checks his other stuff about once a day, and that's maybe it. Am I about right?
I couldn't have said it better, Chuck.
I figured. I figured. All right, let's get on with it. Dersh hates when I do this. He really does. What? No.
Oh, I just need to refresh because I'm Subway now because the whole picture went away and I had to refresh it.
Ah, that's a shame. All right, so we want to start the show with some funny stories. First, the continuing saga of Maya,
The birderer.
the murderer. Dun 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 dun. So she has this crown collar that Lisa got her that has effectively kept the bird from dying.
Because birds can see color, obviously, which is why
Right.
some birds are like brightly colored.
Right.
Plus, it's got a collar with a bell on it, so not only
Right.
does she have a bell, she has this big like colorful clown thing, and the birds can see her and they run away or fly away or whatever.
But being a cat, she of course wants to get the birds.
And we have to put a breakaway collar on
And
her.
because she goes through bush and brush and everything else, we have to put a breakaway collar so she doesn't choke herself. So today, without her collar on, I found a little baby sparrow that dead as a doornail in the living room. But even worse, she runs in the door with a live female cardinal.
You forgot to add the part where she has figured out how to open the dog door.
We talked about that before. The only cat that can open a dog door. Very strange cat. So she runs in the house today with a baby cardinal, female. Well, not that, a young cardinal.
Teenager.
I'll say that. Teenager. And she runs in our bedroom, goes under the bed. I'm like, how the heck am I going to get her and the bird out of there?
Meanwhile, I'm on a work meeting.
Yeah. And I go, aha, squirt gun. Get the squirt gun, shoot under there. She hauls ass with the cat, with the bird, out through the living room into the kitchen. So she's got the bird in the kitchen. I come running out there. The bird gets let loose. The bird's flapping up at the window. The cat's still trying to get the bird, and I grab Lisa's sweatshirt and cover the bird, and the bird looks at me like, "Thank you."
Thank you, Santa Claus.
So I take the bird, put it outside, and we've got an outside top high shed that's right next to it that the cats don't go up on. And I put the bird up there, and I come back 2 minutes later. The bird looks at me and like. Later, Dad, and flies away. So I was like, one bird saved, one bird dead.
But I think that other bird was already dead before.
And Maya's got the clown coming back on.
She does, little murderer.
Right. Hey, Chuck, I've got my own bed story from tonight.
Yep.
I was sitting down to dinner, try to get eat something before I came on set the show up, and I had ribs from leftover from last weekend when I smoked ribs, and man, I was just looking forward to eating those ribs because they're the last ones. The last ones are always the best ones because you don't got no more. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and as always, when I'm eating, my dogs are at my feet, because they're like, Dad eats like a pig, so crumbs are going to fall on the ground, and I'm going to get them.
Well, not only that, they're probably waiting for you to die so they can chew on you too, right?
That's true too. They would, especially Bowden. He'll do that. But anyway, so I was sitting there, and they were both minding their own business, not saying anything. And I turned to look away for a second, and all of a sudden I hear a dog jump, and Bowden leaped onto the table, grabbed 2 ribs on his way across the table to the other side.
Only 2 ribs.
Well, I had 2 sets of 2, so I got to eat 2. But he grabbed one big set of ribs, and
man.
he's off on the fly. Didn't even pause. He just grabbed it.
Break speed
on the fly. He grabs it, jumps off the edge, and starts to run. So. Immediately we jump up, we start chasing Bowden around the house, and of course, he's a 10-month-old puppy. We cannot.
He's got more energy.
Oh yeah, and we can't. He's just so fast, you can't catch him. So we're chasing after him, trying to trap him. My wife's on one side, I'm on the other, and he jukes and jives us, and finally he runs.
Right
he runs. Yeah, definitely goes by, and he's eating the bones as he goes. So he's eating the meat as he's running, and so finally we got trapped him. My wife grabbed him, and she tried to grab the bone, and he bit her, and so she let go of the bone. He picked the bone up and ran with it again. So now I'm chasing him. I got him in the bedroom. We shut the door so at least he couldn't get out, and he's like, uh-oh. So he dives under the bed
with the bone.
With the bone.
And you can't get him.
Oh, I can't get on the bed, but our bed's on rollers, so I'm rolling the bed, and as I'm rolling the bed, he's squiggling with it. Finally got it covered enough that I grabbed his tail, and I pulled him out from under the bed with his tail, and we're able to get the bone out of his mouth. So
was there anything left?
Just bone,
he
man.
He wasn't gonna eat it.
Just bone, man. The meat was gone. So that's what I was doing before the show started tonight. It was
That sounds like fun.
So
It
that's
was
the
interesting.
Adventures of Bowden.
Bowden the Bone Stealer.
That's funny.
It was funny. I mean, the funniest part was, I mean, he literally jumped on the table, grabbed the
that's
bone,
too funny.
and without breaking stride, kept on going off the other side.
He had this planned out.
He did.
Yeah, he must have been thinking,
What?
you know.
And he was waiting. I mean, he was sitting there until I turned my back. And man, as soon as I turned my back, he's like, "Oh, this
made
is
it
my
through.
chance, man. This is
Yeah.
my chance. I'm out of here."
He
So
definitely,
his plan worked.
he definitely had this planned out.
Did he get spanked?
No.
Because they don't know after they do it.
Right. Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
my wife and I were laughing too hard, too, to...
That's so
You
funny.
can't laugh at a dog and punish him at the same time. It just
Well,
doesn't
the
work.
most
Yeah.
important thing out of this is you two didn't get hurt. Because you're old people running around
Yeah.
teenagers.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow when I wake up. I'll
Yeah,
probably
right?
every bone and muscle in my body will be hurting. But yeah, my wife did get a little cut on her finger from where he bit her from trying to protect his bone. But it was funny. It was really
That
funny.
is funny.
Of course, Chief sitting there the whole time looking at it, going, "What the hell is going on? What are you guys
You know,
doing?"
what I was thinking is while you were chasing Bowden, Chief could have got up and sat down, put a napkin in his collar, and enjoyed that dinner.
Yeah, well,
Right?
yeah. First of all, Chief wouldn't be able to get up on the table.
Yeah.
He's too heavy and his legs are too short. And
No, that's
but-
so funny.
it was hysterical.
Birthday Bowden good.
So Bowden had a good dinner, that's for sure.
That's too funny. Oh, that's a good way to start the show. Let's see what happened in. Well, I don't want to do Barney tonight because I was watching Andy Griffith earlier.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to start talking like Barney Fife. Anyway, what did happen in history today? In 1430, Joan of Arc is captured by the forces of the Duke of Burgundy.
That sounds like fun. Did she have her clothes on?
We don't know the in-between stories. 1830, Mary Had a Little Lamb is first published.
Nice.
Now, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm
No,
waiting.
not you, him.
No.
It sounds like he's eating.
Well, he didn't get dinner.
I'm opening a present I got in the mail.
Aw. In 1844,
You know what Barry Had a Little Lamb is about, right?
fleece. It was white as snow.
No. It's about Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kind of like Ring Around the Rosie is about the flag.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. They really are sick people. Let's make a game out of the plague.
Well,
Their own version.
And a murdering queen.
yeah.
Right. Anyway, 1840. Would you be quiet?
Damn,
over
it sounds
there?
like he's eating
I
a
know.
person.
What are you? Let me see what you're doing.
I told you I was opening a present.
I know. Be quieter about it.
Oh,
Be
what?
quiet.
Yeah. Chuck's telling somebody to be quiet, everybody.
Shut up there.
What's up with that?
1844. I said that right. 1844. Oh no, I didn't. The first telegram is sent by Samuel Morse.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Was it in code?
Dun 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 dun. Dun. 1883. Brooklyn Bridge is open to traffic, and it wasn't cars.
No?
Nope, no cars in 1883. In 2001, 15-year-old Timba Tasheri is the youngest person ever to climb to the top of Mount Everest.
Did it climb back down yet?
I don't know. He's probably a popsicle. They found one guy who was a popsicle at the top. I can't remember.
More
who it
than
was.
one.
Yeah, but one famous guy they found.
Hmm.
Famous birthdays today. 1686, Daniel Fahrenheit. Guess what he invented?
Weather?
The thermometer.
I'm joking.
All right.
Did he invent Celsius?
Huh?
You didn't invent Celsius?
No, Celsius invented Celsius.
That's when he moved to Europe.
Yeah, he had a temperature change. 1941, Bob Dylan born.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday, Bob. 1944, Patti LaBelle. Voulez-vous coucher?
Nice.
Yeah. 1945, Priscilla Presley is born.
She has had so much plastic surgery.
Does she? I haven't seen her in eons. What are you? What is your? You got to share what your present is at this sake, for God's sake.
No kidding, right?
At this point, you're making a ton of noise. 1963, Joe Dumars was born.
Who's that?
He's a basketball player.
Oh.
He played with the Detroit Pistons.
Pistons.
Okie dokie.
1967, Heavy D was born. Rapper.
He's a rapper.
1819, Queen Victoria is born.
She's dead.
Still dead.
Why are we going backwards?
I don't know. They threw that in there.
Oh.
1979, Tracy McGrady, a basketball player, is born.
Yep.
And 1988, Billy Gilman.
Who? That singer?
That one-hit wonder kid.
Oh. Now he's old.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, what? All right, what did you get? Just open the damn thing so this can get over with.
What the hell?
I'm trying!
No, you're not. You're being silly.
I'm trying! It was all
I bet
tape.
you're one- I bet you're one of those guys that open the Christmas presents early.
Never. Unless I can repackage them.
Exactly. So what is it? Put it on screen.
Alright, hang on.
You've been so loud that everybody else can see what you've been
I'm
so
not
loud.
I'm
It's a
not
marble.
loud. I'm not
It's a
even
marble.
Yeah.
It's like
Uh-oh.
a marble that had like 5,000 layers of packaging.
Uh-oh. I hate when you say uh-oh.
Who?
Or she.
Uh-oh, what?
Something unexpected popped up over here. Alright, hang on a second and I'll show you. I've been waiting for like 2 months for these things to show up.
Uh-oh.
All right. What is it?
Alright, you gotta look at your screen.
Looking. Star Wars. What is it? Comic book?
No, it's a metal plate.
Okay.
And
All right. Cool.
this one is Force Awakens, and then Episode 1,
Uh-huh.
Nice.
and then
And then?
this one is The Last Jedi.
Nice.
So these are the last three. I've gotten the other ones. I put making a thing on my wall that.
How do you have any
has-
more wall left?
Well, this is actually outside of my man cave. I've got a sign up that says, it's like a marquee, and
Yeah.
it says now playing, and so
Oh, neat.
whatever I'm watching, I can write on the marquee. But
That's fun.
all around it is Star Wars things, and I've got these are the last three. Now I've got all 9 of the.
No, you're not
None-
a geek, are you?
9 of the episodes. Oh, no. Not at all. Of course, I got on my far wall over here, I've got a, it's half of the Death Star, but it lights up.
Right.
It hangs on the wall and it lights up.
neat.
All the lights
Right.
on it. So,
Right.
yeah. So I've been waiting for that. On the back of my door, I've got, you've seen them. They're the squares, like a poster that has pictures, and like I have Darth Vader, and of course Darth Vader's got his helmet on, but underneath it says Darth Vader smiling, Darth Vader, laughing, all the different emotions. But they do the same thing for Spock, but it's all the same face. You can't tell the difference
Of course.
Yeah.
because it's Darth Vader in a mask. So, yeah, that's what I got. I've been waiting for these. These came from China.
Of course they do.
China.
They came from China. I couldn't get them in the U.S.
I got a package from Tuvalu today.
Where the heck is Tuvalu? Is that China too?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Alrighty. So, imagine you're inside the house, just TV or eating dinner or whatever, and all of a sudden you hear a giant splash outside in your pool.
I don't have a pool.
Imagine.
So that would be really surprising.
And you're in Florida.
That would be really surprising if I heard a giant splash in my pool.
Play along.
She is.
I am playing along.
So, in their pool was an 11-foot alligator.
Nice.
Did they bring out a ruler and measure him to make sure he was 11 foot?
Apparently 10 foot 11 inches and weighed over 550 pounds. So your answer is yes. A trapper caught him, and he found another 11-foot alligator that was close by in Muse, Florida.
Yeah. So what did they?
You know where Muse, Florida is?
So what did he do? Stick them together?
They took him to a place where they'd be more suitable.
Like where? Orlando?
Like the ever
I don't know.
Disneyland. I mean Disney World.
They take them down to the glades to kill all the pythons that are growing down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's pretty funny, huh? Well, you're in Florida, so I thought you might appreciate that. Lisa sent that to me.
Yeah. You know that you can't remove an alligator in Florida from a natural pond or lake.
Yeah.
Well, you can take them out of your swimming pool, right?
So, right. Well, that's not a natural pond. But yeah, if they're in a pond or a lake, that's their own habitat. You can't remove them. It's against the law.
The Beverly Hillbillies would disagree.
What about the ones
Cement pond.
What about the ones on the golf courses?
Well,
Apparently, that's an issue in Hilton Head.
It's always been an issue in Hilton Head. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the dumb thing is idiot people. They take their golf balls and they go down and they taunt the alligators, not knowing that in short sprints, alligators can run up to 20 miles an hour.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they can bite your feet off.
They'll run your ass down.
You better hit them with that golf club.
They should bring some pork ribs. They could throw them at the alligators.
There's been so many people that dogs have been eaten and people have been attacked on the golf courses down there because they taunt the alligators because they're just idiots.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Darwin Awards.
Yeah, really.
Oh, God, yes, I know. Isn't that the truth? So, this Wisconsin kid is snorkeling in the Gulf of Mexico last week. And he had gotten through and he was just getting really close to the shore and caught view of something under the water. So he put his mask back on and looked down in the water. And what did he find? Dersh, you got that picture on hand?
What did he find? I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I know. I'm going to tell you. I was hoping that Dersh could time it.
I don't know the answer either because I don't see the story. Maybe I missed it.
Second story. Man snorkeling.
No, I missed it. It didn't come up. Hang on, let me go find it.
What? Fill us in.
The second story?
Here, I'll send it. Yeah, second story. Here it is again. Got it?
Do now. No.
Alrighty.
Wait a minute. No, I don't.
I just sent it to you. Again.
Is it man's? Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. Okay.
Thanks.
What the heck did he find?
I know! That's why the picture matters so much.
What?
While he was snorkeling, he looked down and he found... Is the picture up?
It is.
Alright. A pair of dentures.
Oh, nice.
Some uppers.
Nice. That's not a pair. Uppers is just...
Alright, well, uppers. You're so technical.
I used to work for a dentist.
So anyway, the guy was vacationing in Gulf Shores, Alabama, when he found this.
That's a nice place.
So what they did is everywhere they went on their adventure home,
They went, are these yours?
they had the pair of
No
teeth
way.
showing.
No way.
Every single Dersh will scroll down
God.
and show you. So like they go to. I mean, it had the guy's name inside the dentures. So they kind of knew who it was. Yeah.
Well,
so Williams Randy.
Is that Randy Williams?
That would be Randy, yes. So
So like Andy Williams?
They found him all the way in Wisconsin. Yeah, so everywhere they went, like they'd go to an oyster bar, and they'd take a picture with the...
Nice.
You'll see it as Dershey goes along here, if you look at the screen.
Yeah.
As they went to Chick-fil-A, on the beach.
So like instead of like a selfie, they took a toothy?
Yeah, they did a toothy. Next to the pool, in a sandcastle. Seashells.
I don't know if I want to put those back in my mouth after.
Well, he's gonna wash them.
Well, yeah.
In a bear's mouth. That one was the funniest, I thought. That
is kind of funny, though. Yeah, that is kind of funny.
I think it's hilarious.
I like the sunglasses.
Yeah. And in the state of Mississippi. So then what they did is they took all these pictures that they did. If you see the one with the FedEx box.
That's funny.
And sent that with the dentures to the guy with a letter.
So they found the guy.
Oh yeah, they found him on Facebook or something. I skipped that part of the story.
Oh. I was gonna say.
I was too busy looking at the pictures.
That's cool.
So
That's very funny, actually.
So they found him on social media.
Did he say how he lost his teeth in the ocean?
Yeah, he said he was swimming and got knocked over by a really big wave. And he lost his mouth.
Lost his mouth. He didn't lose his mouth.
He searched for them, but lost hope. So he figured he'd go home. So I think this is just awesome that he took them everywhere.
That is funny.
It is funny. That's why I thought it was worth showing you guys.
That's very funny.
That's fun. That's just good.
That made me laugh.
Oh, that's the idea, man! We're not here to do anything serious. We do that on the next show, The Right Side of Politics, which you, on that queue, should just post a link to right about now, I'd suggest. Mr. Dersh. Next story. This is, 50 years ago.
I was 8.
This poor lady.
No, 9, maybe 8. We don't know.
Right. This poor Nova Scotia lady.
Oh, man.
What?
You didn't watch the video, did you?
Which one? Of the guy's teeth?
The guy. When they sent it, he opens it up.
Did he not stick it straight
and he goes, oh, man. And puts it right back in his mouth.
Well, he don't care. Look how old he is. His teeth back.
Oh, that was nasty. Oh.
You put worse things in your mouth.
Me?
No, Durst.
Oh.
No, boo. Oh.
Hey, Daryl.
Man.
How are you, dude?
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
That's terrible.
Well, he's happy he got his teeth back anyway.
Well, yeah. Ew.
Should have told me you weren't done with that. Yeah, that's funny.
Is that Daryl or his brother Daryl? Or his other brother Daryl?
Yeah. So, this, there's an impoverished Nova Scotia painter.
Dude, I'm missing all these articles.
Into this, I gave them to you just like I
always do. You need to send them earlier.
No, I did it as soon as he got the thing going.
Is this the third story?
Yeah, the one about the It's Good News Network.
That's the one I sent you, right?
Got it.
Or no, you found it, but I didn't send it to you.
You saw it elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, the guy had a thing for 5-year-old cheddar and fresh baked bread, and that's all he would eat, literally.
5-year-old cheddar?
Yep. So what happened was, of course, the bartering is an age-old thing. So they offered to give him a certain amount.
Who is they?
All right, let me give more
You're
background.
You're not making any sense.
When John Kinnear bought a selection of paintings from an impoverished Nova Scotia painter, his hope was that they might buy him a grilled cheese sandwich. At his favorite diner in London, Ontario, they made this unforgettable grilled cheese with 5-year-old cheese, cheddar, and fresh baked bread. Maybe if they liked one of his paintings, he could secure a certain series of sandwiches on the house.
But just remember, he didn't paint them. He just had them.
Right. So this painter's name is a lady. It's Maud Lewis. And she's all of a sudden become quite famous. So 50 years later, after that trade, they made a small fortune on this.
She dead, though.
Well, yeah. She
didn't make any money.
She was old in 1970.
She didn't make any money.
Like so many artists died.
Kind of like a Grandma Moses thing.
Yep, kind of like that. So they just sold that painting in the picture for $350,000.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to start painting things in case you guys want to collect them.
I hope so.
Sure.
Maybe you'll be famous after you're dead.
Why do I care?
Then again, I'll be dead before you, so what's the difference? I mean, isn't it weird how sometimes the very rudimentary paintings like this one, primitive,
yeah,
become so famous? It's like,
yeah,
my 5-year-old could have done that.
Yeah, but make your 5-year-old do that.
Right.
Well, I say the same thing. I mean, we go to all these museums around the world, and the Met, I think, is the worst of their modern art. You know, they've got things up on the wall. There's like 3 shades of red painted, 3 stripes of red, worth millions of dollars. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but I could get a roller and do that and charge you half that.
The Hirshhorn is like that too. The Hirshhorn in DC, they have a lot of modern art that's just like,
it's like a giant picture of white with a dot on it somewhere.
Right.
That's supposed to.
Brilliant.
It's supposed to signify man's insignificance or something like that.
Oh, you nailed it, Chuck. You should write them a letter.
Well, you know my love of art, but it's just like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Jackson Pollock pictures where he just like took the paint and flung it all over the place,
right?
And then people were like,
"Oh, that's brilliant!
Oh my God, that's brilliant!"
Have you ever seen a Jackson Pollock? You ever seen a Jackson Pollock up close?
I think I have. I think there's one in the Hirshhorn.
I love Jackson Pollock. I adore his paintings, and there's one.
I think they're awesome, but I don't think they actually like really mean anything.
They do. That's the whole point of his paintings. But if you just look at it, most people, including me at the beginning, are like, okay, I could have gotten paint on my fingers and thrown it out there and done that.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I've seen about half of his paintings live, and
maybe I just haven't seen enough of them.
They're incredible. The coolest thing is looking at them from the side.
Because they're so thick.
They're thick, yeah, and they're raised up off the canvas.
Okay. Whatever works.
No, that makes sense, though.
I know. I mean, but give me, some of the greats that you see in the...
He is a great.
Greatest.
He is the greatest.
Greatest?
Impression, or...
Monet,
I took art history. We could do this all day.
I know. I'll take the Impressionists every day.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that's definitely my favorite grouping. Suppose you're a sheriff. Hi, now I can be Barney Fife.
God.
And you're driving down the road, doing your sheriff thing, and all of a sudden there's a house stopped in the middle of the road.
Parked. Yeah.
Parked.
Abandoned even. So, in Louisville, Louisiana, somebody was illegally transporting a house. It was the owner.
And they couldn't make it past all the telephone
wires.
poles and all.
Yeah, you have
wires.
to get somebody to lift those up and move them out of the way.
And so he got stuck. So what does he do? He just left it.
The funnier part would have been if they went in the house and the guy was passed out asleep in the house in the middle of the road or something.
So apparently all they did was they warned them that they need proper permits before being acquired.
Right, but they told him that before he moved it.
Right.
And he said, "Looky here."
Both men were booked into the Iberia Parish jail, and bond was set at 125.
Did you see the
each.
picture of the second guy? He looked like he was missing part of his nose off. Like part of it got
Oh, really?
scraped off with a vegetable peeler
Maybe
or
it
something.
got cut by one of the wires he was.
Well,
supposed
no,
to
I mean was like an old scar. Like somebody like took part of his nose off with a vegetable peeler. I don't know.
I don't either.
Chuck,
Yes.
we need to talk about this on our show.
What's that?
Well, I mean, I don't want to start a political thing here. I just think that,
No, don't do that.
no, I don't want to, but I just think that why do you have to get permits to do this? I mean,
Well, because they need you to. So I've worked for a company where we've bought
Lisa
property
knows this, actually.
and we've given the people the house, and like if you take the house, you can have it for free. Now, I think the only reason you need a permit for it is
the
because
wires and
yeah, but if you've got the skill and the people that can help you out, help you do it, why is the
well, I think
government
that's
having
part.
to
I
say
think
about
that's
it?
part of the permit is that you have to list the people that are going to help you do it. Kind of like when you get a permit to build a house, you have to list like the plumber and the air conditioner guy and the, so like you have to fill out the permit saying, okay, I got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy to help me. In case you mess it up, they can go back and like go to those people.
And
You can't just like pick up your house, put it on a flatbed, and move it down the street, and then because what happens? You leave it there.
I have a simpler answer. Bureaucrats.
That's the answer I was
No, I
looking
mean
for.
that's a real answer though. They want to know
Yeah.
who's going to help
Well, I
you do it,
understand that.
so you have it lined up ahead of
Well,
time. That's all.
Right.
Because you have to have people that like move the wires, and
no,
apparently they
I understand
ran
that.
into a bunch of crap.
oh, I understand that, Lisa. But again, so why not? Why can't I just make the list and drop it off? Why do I have to get a permit? Why do I have to go through all the bureaucracy and be
Pay for
told?
permits.
Be told,
Well,
yeah,
it's a
you,
moneymaker.
you right? Okay, you have permission. No, I didn't want to do that. I was just
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
I
no, I
just-
know, I understand. I
So-
mean, there is. I don't necessarily agree with the fact that you have to pay for a permit. Kind of like putting up a fence in your yard where you don't
Yes.
have a permit.
It's
Wait,
Exactly.
what?
Stupid.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Putting an addition on your own house.
No, that
sense.
makes a lot of sense because you can't sell it if it's
Right,
not
that's
permitted. But putting up a fence in your yard?
Sign everywhere.
Yeah.
No. Putting
Sign.
an addition on your house is different because what if you did like the electrical wrong and you know what I mean, and it wasn't
Uh-huh.
up to code, and
Right.
then you can't sell it later on, or if you do sell it later on, then the other people are stuck with that.
Right.
So that I can understand, but some things are dumb. Like they told us we had to have a permit to put up our fence.
yeah, that kind of stuff. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Not only that, in our neighborhood, not only do you have to get permit from the city, you have to get a permit from the homeowners association.
Yeah. Well, in North Carolina now, there's a law that any subdevelopment over a certain amount of houses has to have an HOA.
Yeah, same
So,
thing here in
yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I was just thinking, could you imagine the permits that would be needed now to build the U.S. Capitol
They had never gotten it done.
or the White House? It
Right.
would never get done, and building costs would have been unbelievable. Anyway, very cool story here that Lisa sent me about a young man by the name of Philo Farnsworth.
It may sound familiar to some
May
people.
sound familiar to some of you. 14-year-old Philo wasn't looking up at the sky while plowing the field at his father's farm in Rigby, Idaho. He was looking down at the furrows that coursed over the earth. Then he had an epiphany. The same way he could plow went back and forth over the field, an image could be scanned electronically and then transmitted line by line, much like furrows in a field. It was the vision of the first TV
Television
image.
set.
Yep. So, this is when he was 14 years old. So he was always good at stuff. When he was 12, he was delighted to find the farmhouse that was wired with electricity. That was a thing in
It
those
was
days.
kind of like a regular Leonard Wood of electricity.
Right. He also discovered other treasures of the house, a cache of electronic magazines, a burnt-out electric motor, and plenty of bits and pieces to tinker with.
Wonder how many times he electrocuted himself.
That would be... I did it once. That was not fun.
Once?
Well, no, I took 16,000 volts once. That was what I was talking about. Sent me 20 feet flying.
I blew out the fuse panel in our high school and took out 1/3 of the school's electricity.
Yeah?
Yep.
Did you plug yourself in?
Pretty much, yeah. And I was also removed from the electrical part of the shop class I was taking. It was
I
not.
can't imagine.
Well, your hair is white.
This is,
That's why it's curly.
you walk down the road like Wile E. Coyote now and occasionally go.
That's why my hair's curly.
All right, at 14, he showed his high school teacher a few sketches of the electronic television system inspired by the furrows of the field. Encouraged by his science teacher, Philo covered several blackboards with diagrams. Then Philo's daddy died. Oh, he was in high school. He went to work supporting his siblings and mom while keeping up his studies. He started a radio repair business. Guess what? It failed.
Oh, no.
He briefly attended college, but his mind was on television, so he dropped out and began looking for somebody to fund his ideas. The opportunity came up. He traveled to Berkeley, California, with his new bride, Pem, P-E-M.
Yeah?
Yep. The TV...
His name was Philo.
I keep thinking Philo Phillips, but I could be wrong.
I don't even know what that
I don't
means.
think Phillips Electronics.
Oh,
I don't
no.
think it's him though.
No.
The TV tube Philo developed would have become the standard in broadcasting. Yet he spent years defending his patent. Oh, that I remember this part of the story. Defending his patent and rebuilding his business after the crash. So he had a share of challenges, kept pushing forward, and registered hundreds of patents. Finally, on July 21st, 1969, Neil Armstrong stepped out of Apollo 11 onto the moon's surface in the Sea of Tranquility. Philo was sitting in the living room with his wife, Penn, watching the live feed. The image transmitting quickly, row by row, and furrow in the field.
He said, I did that!
Turned to her and said, Penn, this is making it all worthwhile. And then he died.
Don't know. He made up that
didn't.
part.
I made up the last part.
I mean, he eventually died.
Yeah, of course he did. Everybody does. Let's see. We got room for one more story. We've got. Let's see, you choose. We've got the funny gun. We've got
funny gun.
The comments on this gun story are all right. Let's.
I don't want to talk about gun stories right now. Sorry.
Well, I know, but
no.
Okay.
No,
but the comments are all funny. It's like go to ants.
No.
All right. Steve Tyler voluntarily checks in.
If you want.
All right. Or we can do your ice cream story. It's up to you. You choose.
All right. We'll do the ice cream story because
Lisa will do the ice cream.
This is not political, even though Chuck thinks it is. It's not political. Okay? So, first of all, Juneteenth is a federal holiday. It was signed into law last June. I don't care if you believe the president is the president, whatever. Juneteenth is a federal holiday. Many people don't have it off. Just like Martin Luther King's birthday is a holiday. Many people don't have it off. That doesn't mean it's not a holiday. It is a holiday, okay? So, we're done with that. Juneteenth's a holiday. Well, Walmart decides to make this ice cream that, number one, has like Pan-African colors on it, which like the yellow, green, red, which that has nothing to do with Juneteenth because it's an American holiday. Number two, steals a flavor of ice cream that a black company is already making.
That's the biggest problem.
Like this
without paying them for the rights.
Well, no, they just stole the flavor. It's like this red velvet and cheesecake thing. Number three, says they have trademarked the word Juneteenth
How can you trademark
well,
the
you
damn
you,
word?
you can.
I know. I mean,
listen.
but now.
You can trademark certain things. Like say there's a Thanksgiving wine. You can
Right.
trademark the word Thanksgiving to use for wine. But like, the stupid part
It's
is
got a
they had
trademark
not
on the word
they
Juneteenth.
had not
On Juneteenth.
trademarked it. So they just put it on there. So like this came out yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever. Everybody was like, "Really, Walmart? Really? Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to make money off this holiday that's like has nothing to do with you? The colors are wrong. Like the African thing is wrong. You stole the ice cream from somebody else." They actually came out today and apologized for doing that.
I kind of should.
Yeah, and by the way, you can buy that the
They
original
had to sell
ice,
the original ice cream in Walmart's now.
the original ice cream is made by a company called Creamalicious, and it's in Target, and it's really good apparently.
They should sell it in Walmart's.
That's just lame. You know, I mean, honestly,
Lame and Walmart seem to go together.
that's just really lame, and that's not a political thing. That's just really lame.
That's just wrong. All right, let's go talk about some NASCAR. Hirsch,
Blaney!
wait. I want him
No.
to get the picture before you say that.
I said Blaney.
I know. Hey, Dersh, see the first picture that I sent? The YouTube tweet?
Got it.
The tweet?
Got it.
There you go. Go for it, Lise.
What?
Scream it.
Blaney!
Blaney!
Blaney.
Our boy.
He got-
and we're all fans of Blaney.
He got
All three of
put
us.
in an awkward position.
Well, let's just let the story first. He won!
Twice.
He won twice!
He won twice.
We'll cover the twice part in a second.
He did put that up. That's funny. First
Yeah.
of all, we all hate Texas Motor Speedway, by the way.
It's a cookie cutter mile-and-a-half track that's just like,
Well, you know why else we hate it? It killed North Wilkesboro.
yeah, the bastards. So anyway, that is a tweet that Lisa found that
I didn't make that up.
she didn't make it
So,
up.
yeah.
She just thought it was funny, so I said go ahead and show it. But our boy Blaney didn't win the race once. He had
He
to
won
win
it
it twice.
twice.
With 50 feet to the finish line, there was a wreck on the other side of the track, 3/4 of a mile away.
With all the cars past it.
With all the cars,
And some dumbass called a caution.
and somebody called a caution
Some dumbass.
50 feet from the finish line. So Blaney is undoing his window net.
As a normal person would,
He thought he won.
right?
When they say you didn't win, he
Don't
goes,
do a
what?
don't do a burnout.
Yeah. And so he had to basically hold the window net and then find a Velcro strap and wrap that around
Going
it.
190 miles
And
an hour.
Technically, NASCAR would normally black flag somebody in that
Yep.
situation.
But they
But
screwed it up to begin
knew-
with.
They knew they screwed
But
it up.
two
so
rights
they let
don't
him
make
do
a
it.
wrong, like
That's
Denny Hamlin says.
says.
I'm quoting Denny Hamlin.
So
Kill
of
me
all
now.
NASCAR's
Right?
horrible calls, that may be one of the worst.
That's in the top 10.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Out
two,
of here.
two rights don't make a wrong, but three less make a right.
4 lefts make a win,
4 lefts make a circle.
right? Or a NASCAR track.
NASCAR has made some bad calls this year. I think that is by far the worst.
That
There
was
is
just
no possible reason you can even come up with to throw that yellow at that point.
no.
And
Nope.
Larry Mack said that the worst case scenario, they should have let Blaney come to the pits, reattach the net, and put it out because
Except-
they screwed up.
Except for the fact that he would have lost
I mean, they should have put
track
it back
position.
in the spot.
Yeah. Oh, and did you hear the other thing when Clint Boyer said, "I don't know what to say"?
Right.
Mike Joy goes, "I do, but I'm not going to say it,"
Right.
because he's a classy man.
Yeah, Mike Joy has been doing this so long that he's seen so
He
many.
did say that though.
F-ups.
He goes, "I do know what to say, but I'm not going to say it."
That's just so wrong. I mean,
Somebody said they should have given Blaney $2 million
Right.
because he won twice.
somebody said they were going to do a GoFundMe for the other million. I heard.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't need it.
I
Well,
know, but will you be surprised if they do it?
Yeah, that's
The
silly.
thing that surprises me is how many people out there, and I'm in like 7 or 8 NASCAR groups. People are out there saying that Blaney should have been forced into the pits, and if he lost, he lost. Because and here's the thing though, they say because those are the rules. Well, this is an all-star race. The rules have all changed in the all-star race.
It's not a regular race.
NASCAR makes up their own rules.
They can do whatever the heck they wanted to.
Yep.
Especially in a non-points race. There's no reason. No reason they couldn't have. Look, how did Blaney get to the front in the first place? Because he won the stage, which allowed him to be in the first 3, and he pitted while they were circling the frickin' track. He was allowed to go to the front and finish the race. So you're telling me they couldn't let him pull over, have a pit guy come run out and reattack? Yep. I mean, that whole thing was a mess. It was an absolute mess.
Horrible.
It was a mess, and the track is horrible.
Fortunately, the right outcome happened.
Yeah, and the track.
And that's why NASCAR didn't enforce that rule, because they effed up.
They knew, but still.
All right, now happy notes of the race. Kyle Busch wrecked.
Yay!
He was the dominant car before he wrecked.
Oh no!
Not even
when he
close.
wrecked, he took out a bunch of people, didn't he?
No!
Well, no. Well, he got taken out. It was it Chastain? Chastain ran over.
Yeah, but did you see why he was going 60 miles an hour faster?
Kyle
had a flat
tire, so he slowed down immediately while there were cars coming behind him. He got down to the bottom of the track, and it's 2-3 wide coming out of that straightaway. Chastain's in the bottom. He hits Kyle Busch, and he goes, airborne.
Because it's physics. It's called physics.
Right.
And then he took
Amazing
out.
how nice that car takes off now.
Oh, I know. At least he's safe.
He took out.
Good thing he had his window net up.
Oh, he took out Chase.
He took out Chase as well.
What is it called with like the ball goes down and hits something else and starts that game?
Yeah, I know what
the game does.
A chain reaction or something like that?
Yeah, that's not the name.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a Jewish guy's name.
Not what?
It's the.
That's not the name of the game.
No, it's the name of the principle.
The game was called Mousetrap.
Right, Mousetrap, but it's the principle.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg. That's what I'm trying to say.
Where like one thing sets off
chain another
reaction. Nope.
So Kyle Busch gets flat tired. Chastain gets launched.
What if his watermelon is open?
Chase can't get away from it. Hits Chase. Totals Chase. 3 cars are totaled.
That's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. And it was also the fastest cars on the track.
Yeah, but Blaney won, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I think Chase was pretty classy in all this too, because he said it was his fault. He said I had a choice to go left or right, and he said I picked the wrong way.
Yep. All right. Since last week, I think we talked about the Kyle Busch's pit crew, did we? Because it really is important.
What do you mean?
The fastest pit stop.
How could we talk about it?
Right, it was the race before this, though.
Oh.
I don't think we talked about it, though.
We did.
8.96
seconds.
8.96 second pit stop. I'm going to mention it again then, because that's incredible. 4 tires, full tank of fuel. Could you imagine if you went to your speedway and they could give you 4 tires and fuel and out in 8.9 seconds?
They don't even have enough people to ring up my soda. How are they going to do that?
Take an hour to get your soda.
I know, right?
But you can get tires in 8.96 seconds.
Wait, we can't get your soda because we're changing tires.
That's so funny. Who lost tires in this deal?
None of them roll up. None of them.
I didn't see anybody lose a tire this time, so maybe they're getting better at that.
Well, hopefully.
Well, also it was a short, broken up race too, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They could always check them in between.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Durst? Should we go to Charlotte this weekend or not?
Go to Charlotte.
Well, they're not. They're
we've gone the race before, but it's extremely long.
Not only that,
getting in.
They're both night races.
And and then a 600-mile. Remember that that ended at 1 a.m. a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but also, I was like, okay, let's go to Xfinity race. Well, it's also a night race.
That's
even
a
though
long-
It's only 400 miles.
Right, but the
That's
last time we went to the 600, we ended up ordering Jimmy John's.
Yeah, we had a hotel
at
room.
1 a.m.
And they came in like 5
That's why
minutes,
when
though.
we finally got checked in, we were starving, and they showed up in like
Seriously,
5,
they came
10
in like
minutes.
5 minutes.
We
I don't
couldn't
even
believe it.
understand that.
It was amazing. And we were hungry. So anyway, reserve grandstand seating is sold out for the Coca-Cola 600.
Oh, good. You can always get tickets. That's silly.
Time is running out.
They're lying.
That's cool. I mean,
It's not sold out.
Reserve means the ones that they don't. They usually have an American flag over now.
They're not lying.
All right. So the All-Star rating, 2.5 million people watched it on FS1.
Yeah,
The All-Star race. That was cool.
that's not that many.
It really was a very entertaining race, wasn't it?
Oh, we got 2 minutes. Can we?
Yes.
Can we talk about?
Church, did you ever post the link?
Can we talk about Trackhouse?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trackhouse is going to add a third car with international famous drivers.
That's the last.
That's so cool.
If we go a couple minutes over, I don't care.
Well, I do because I have to pee.
All right. That's the last Twitter thing. They're going to have a Project 91, Car 91.
Part-time.
Part-time. And Lisa, who's going to drive it?
We don't know.
I know, but
International
racing stars from any league.
anywhere. F1, Indy.
Like
whatever.
Helio Castroneves wants to drive a stock car. He's going to, probably.
Anybody. Like, and I think they have somebody they're going to announce. Like,
I'm sure.
They're going to start it this year.
I'll tell you what, I really like the Trackhouse team.
I do.
Yeah.
Too.
I like the drivers. I mean, they show that they love racing, and that's just it's so.
Justin
Marks is the perfect person to take over from Chip Ganassi. You know, of course.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Who's the
because they took over from Ganassi,
right.
They're going to pull in Ganassi drivers.
They had a head start.
Yeah. For this 91 thing.
Yep. So anyway, Dersh, you're putting up the link for our show finally.
Am I?
I hope so. I've been telling you for half an hour.
Like I listen to you, Chuck.
Somebody's got to.
I don't.
All right, get it over with, Lisa.
What? Shut up, Chuck. I gotta pee.
Dersh.
Sorry, I'm old. Sorry. At least I'm not gonna pee on my lawn.
Lisa killed me on that one. Lisa killed me.
I have to play the straight man with you two, and
right.
that's not easy.
I know it's not easy for you.
You're still on camera.
I don't care.
You just went black.
It's not easy. No, I didn't. It's not easy for you to play.
All right.
Hey, it's not easy for you to play straight, is it?
Ooh! Ow!
Oh!
She's speaking more in a Cheech and Chong way.
You don't
Man.
know what I'm speaking of.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Oh, wow.
Percy apparently is never going to put up that link. And Bowden wants him off the internet.
Right,
Bowden wants more. Bye, Lisa.
I gotta go see the wee chat room. Say goodnight, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa. Love you, Lisa.
I love you.
Chuck.
Yeah.
In honor of what Lisa just did to me, to stop all over and destroy my line.
Yeah.
Don't put on my lawn!
Oh, what fun. All right, guys. Dirty's apparently not going to post the link.
It's there.
Yeah, sure it is. I don't see it.
It's there.
Oh, there it is. All right, click that link. We'll be back in 29 minutes, and we'll have some fun. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that a threat?
Yes, sir. And Dersh and I will be back in a little less than a half an hour to entertain you with politics. Good night.
Yeah, that is a threat. Good night, everybody.